You know that moment when checking the bank account doesn't trigger a mini heart attack? When the screen loads and instead of dread, there's calm. Maybe even a little smirk. That shift, where every purchase doesn't feel like a life or death calculation, happens at a very specific point. And no, it's not $1 million. It's not 6 figures. It's 20,000. That's the number where the script flips, where money stops being a constant threat and starts becoming an actual tool. But here's where it gets wild. That number is just the beginning. Once that milestone is reached, everything doesn't just get easier. It accelerates. The next phase comes faster, smarter, sharper. And the shifts, psychological, emotional, even career-wise, become even more dramatic. Because the real transformation isn't hitting $20,000. It's what happens after. That's when the real momentum begins. See, most people obsess over reaching that first goal. Save, scrape, budget, sacrifice, delay, push, maybe even cry a little. They hustle just to get out of the red and into the black. And when $20,000 finally sits there in a bank or brokerage account, the relief is massive. But what no one really talks about is the cascade that happens next. The compounding isn't just mathematical, it's psychological, and it changes how decisions get made forever. Before that money's in place, every choice feels fragile, stressful. Like a wrong move could unravel everything. Should rent get paid first, or the credit card minimums? What if the car breaks down? What if the boss starts acting weird and a pink slip appears out of nowhere? Every decision, no matter how small, carries weight. Even coffee becomes a calculation. But then something subtle happens. A few months of consistency, a couple thousand invested, some breathing room appears, and then boom, $20,000. It's not wealth, it's not luxury, but it's enough. Enough to quiet the financial noise, enough to opt out of desperation mode, enough to start thinking clearly. And here's the part that flips everything upside down. That's when the real power unlocks. Because after 20,000, time starts working differently. The money that once felt like it took forever to accumulate suddenly starts building itself. What took 19 months to save takes 17 next time, then 15. And it's not just about adding more dollars, it's about multiplying them. The money starts working too. Investment returns stop feeling symbolic and start feeling substantial. That first $20,000? That's like pushing a boulder uphill. Every step is resistance, sweat, doubt, temptation to give up. But once the top is reached, that same boulder begins to roll downhill. Fast. The muscle that was built pushing uphill now gets used to steer, not shove. And that makes all the difference. Because the effort required to grow the next 20 is lower. Not because habits got lazier, but because systems kicked in. That automatic transfer? Still running. That investment account? Now earning returns on top of returns. That discipline? No longer a struggle, just part of the identity now. And here's something wild. The brain starts rewiring itself around possibility instead of panic. Before $20,000, most thoughts revolve around protection. How do I avoid disaster? What if something breaks? How can this stretch till next month? But after, the questions get bolder. Where can this money grow? Should that extra income go into a Roth or brokerage? Is it time to invest in skills, not just save receipts? The emotional energy once spent dodging overdraft fees now fuels strategy, creativity, action. And here's something even more surprising. Once that shift from panic to possibility happens, decision-making becomes noticeably sharper. Instead of being reactive, responses become strategic. The instinct to scramble in crisis fades, replaced by intentional steps forward. That small emergency no longer causes an emotional spiral. It's handled and forgotten. Confidence builds, not from arrogance, but from evidence. There's proof now. The ability to solve problems, plan ahead, and stay consistent. Even sleep improves. Nights aren't haunted by money anxiety anymore. Instead of dreading Monday, there's curiosity about what the week might bring. Patience levels rise. Conversations about money shift from avoidance to planning. Opportunities don't feel out of reach. They feel like puzzles waiting to be solved. It's no longer about getting by. It's about building up, growing, leveraging every tool available to push momentum forward. Because the fear that used to sit in the passenger seat, it's now in the rearview mirror. Survival mode fades, growth mode takes over. And with it comes confidence. The kind of quiet confidence that doesn't need to prove anything. The kind that shows up in job interviews, performance reviews, and business meetings. It's subtle, but potent. Because when leaving a toxic job becomes a viable option, that shift shows up in posture, in voice, in eye contact. No one likes to admit it, but money changes how people walk into a room. Not in a flashy, boastful way, but in a grounded, I'm okay no matter what kind of way. That energy draws opportunity like a magnet. Even relationships change. That edge of financial anxiety that lingers in so many interactions, it softens. Conversations about money stop sounding like arguments and start sounding like plans. Decisions about dates, trips, dinners, they stop being power struggles and start being choices made from alignment. And it's not because suddenly there's more money pouring in. It's because there's finally enough space to think clearly and breathe deeply. Then the opportunities start showing up. Not because the universe suddenly gets generous, but because now they're visible. That coworker with the side project looking for help. That fixer-upper listed at a discount because no one else can float the repairs. That course on coding or marketing or design that could 3 times income within a year. Those were always there. But before, survival mode filtered them out. Now they stand out. Then something else happens. Decisions that once felt risky start to look smart. That weekend workshop that used to seem like a splurge now feels like an investment. That friend starting a small e-commerce hustle. Now that looks like a possible partnership, not just a casual chat. The ability to say yes to upside becomes real. That job listing that once felt out of reach now feels within striking distance, especially with the budget to get certified or trained. And even more interesting, doors that used to feel closed start to swing open, not because circumstances changed, but because awareness did. That apartment complex down the street? Now it's a potential rental income opportunity, not just someone else's property. That business someone wanted to sell quietly? Feels like something worth exploring, not ignoring. The brain becomes more curious, more alert. It stops filtering out opportunity as noise and starts categorizing it as signal. Not every option gets pursued, but they're at least considered. Seriously. The mental switch from I can't to maybe I can opens up dozens of paths that were invisible just a few months ago. And that visibility? It's priceless. And maybe the most surprising shift of all? The emotional distance from tiny purchases. That morning coffee? Buy it or don't. It no longer owns headspace. That clearance sale jacket? Looks great, but won't derail the month. Instead of overthinking $12 decisions, energy moves toward optimizing the $1,200 ones. The big picture becomes the focus, not in a boring spreadsheet way, in a life design kind of way. Housing, transportation, career direction, investing. These become the real levers, not coupon codes or cashback apps, but decisions that swing 5, 6, even 7 figures over time. It's no longer about trimming the budget. It's about building the engine. And here's the kicker. The more these moves compound, the less they feel like effort. The behavior becomes second nature. The identity locks in. And once those big levers start moving, everything else starts aligning. Suddenly, that long commute doesn't feel worth it anymore, and relocating closer to work saves hours and boosts energy. That old habit of scrolling through shopping apps fades, replaced by scanning real estate listings or learning about index funds. Even weekends change. They become opportunities to build, not just escape. That expensive lease on the luxury apartment starts looking like a delay tactic. That overpriced car payment feels more like a weight than a win. Focus sharpens. Resources are allocated with intention, not impulse. And those choices begin stacking. Year over year, they don't just save money, they multiply freedom. Each smart move adds fuel to the fire. Compound interest is no longer a concept, it's a lifestyle. And when the identity shifts from consumer to builder, the whole trajectory of life bends in a different direction. One that's intentional, sustainable, and powerful. And suddenly, wealth isn't a distant dream. It's a process, predictable, measurable, achievable. Here's what most people get wrong. They treat $20,000 like the finish line. They reach it and celebrate with a new gadget, a vacation, maybe even a new car. But $20,000 isn't the trophy. It's the ticket. The entry fee into the real game. Blow it now and the cycle restarts. Hold the line, keep building, and the next leap happens faster. Smarter. With less emotional drag. The engine's running now. Momentum is real. And the next $20,000 doesn't just come quicker. It unlocks more freedom. Freedom to wait for the right job. Freedom to negotiate without flinching. Freedom to walk away when necessary. That's not arrogance. That's leverage. Not everyone uses it. But having it changes how the world gets navigated. Eventually, that $20,000 turns into $60,000, then $100,000, then more. And it's not because every market day was perfect or every raise was huge. It's because consistency crushed volatility. Most people underestimate the power of not quitting, of staying steady when others get distracted, of choosing progress over perfection. Every deposit adds to the snowball. Every month of discipline adds to the distance from scarcity. And guess what else changes? Perspective. That new car starts looking like an anchor, not an upgrade. That designer purse starts feeling like a distraction, not a reward. Because every flashy purchase now comes with a clear opportunity cost. Not in a guilt trip way, just in a deeply informed way. If this opened up something or gave a little clarity about how financial freedom actually works, consider subscribing. Because every week the goal is to pull back the curtain on the real levers behind wealth. The habits, psychology, and choices that compound over time. And if it helped, a like goes a long way. Not for the algorithm. For the people who still think the first $20,000 is where the journey ends. When really, it's where it begins.